Hey guys, welcome to my channel. In today's video, we will be refinishing a bedroom set that needed some TLC, and we will be turning it into a modern rustic farmhouse bedroom set. Good morning everyone. Today I will be working on another project, another bedroom set, and I will be doing similar look to it as I did to my last one. It's going to be shabby chic, rustic farmhouse, modern farmhouse look. I will be removing the hardware. I'm not quite certain whether or not I will be reusing this hardware, but I'm definitely removing it and saving it for now and sanding it down the top. I'm going to sand down, seal, and keep it wood color. But the drawers, I'm going to go ahead, instead of doing white, I will be doing the cream beige color. And to begin the project, I will be needing my sander and obviously my drill to remove all the hardware. All right.
Girl, I see your face everywhere. When I'm going out, you'll be there.
In this project and many others, I do start out by using a 40 grit sandpaper, just because some of the finishes and dents and nicks on the furniture are quite hard to get out. So to roughen it up and get rid of them faster, it's better to use harsher grit sandpaper. This piece of furniture, like I said, was pretty beat up, and it is all wood furniture, but it's pine. So pine is a little bit softer in nature, so it is easier to get nicks, dents, and whatnot. However, it does make it for a beautiful rustic finish, because once you're done, all those imperfections make a nice finish to farmhouse look. After I was done sanding it with the 40 grit sandpaper, I went ahead and used 150 grit sandpaper to smooth it all out, just so you know the surface is nice and prepped for the staining process. I wasn't going to stain at first, I was just gonna seal it, but I thought there's too many discolorations and things in the piece that it would be better if I put some sort of a stain over it before sealing it.
Enough when you're sweet talking to me. Now I'm talking sweet all by myself. Put your arms around me, put your faith in me, put your love on me. What you need from me, need your love on me, put your love on me. I'ma do everything for you. I don't want anyone but you. Put your arms around me, put your faith in me, put your love on me. Your love, your love, your love, your love.
And as I mentioned before, now that the both pieces are nice and sanded and all the finishes removed, I went ahead and smoothed it out with a 150 grit sandpaper. I did not go any further as far as the smoothness goes, just because it's still a rustic piece, and once you seal it, it does give you more smoothness. But it is a rustic piece, like I said, and I want some of the imperfections to still show. Now I'm using a gray stain. I know it's by Varithane, but I don't 100% remember what the color is. But I'm using that, and I love the finish that it gives. However, it's not always, dark enough or doesn't show enough wood grain. So I went ahead and put over a dark walnut stain by Varithane as well. And that particular stain helped to show more of the wood grain through, and also gave a little bit of a darker color. So you guys, I started feeling really bad when I was using disposable gloves, because of how much waste it creates. You can really use them only once, because they crack and break, and you throw them away, hence why they're disposable. But I went ahead and bought dishwashing gloves, because they're thicker in material and you can just reuse them time and time and again. And all I do is wipe them up later and hang them to dry, and I think I have used them on 4 or 5 projects already, and it's been convenient, and I feel better that I don't have to constantly throw away gloves. On this particular project, since I was using a lighter color to paint it with, I was using a chiffon cream color by Rust-oleum chalk paint. You need to prime, here's why. Pine bleeds, and when it bleeds it creates a bunch of blotches, making it look like the water damage, water stain type of look. And it does, even though it's a rustic type of furniture, it still does not create a good look. So I always tell people that to consider when using lighter colors to paint over with to prime 2 or 3 times. I know not everybody has time, so, and I myself didn't have time to do 3 coats, so I end up using 2 coats of primer. And I think it's Kills 2 because I ran out my Kills 3, and it's stain blocking primer.
Pull me back, pull me in, and the other way around. Pull me in, push me back. What do you want from me? What do you want from me? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Can someone set me free? What do you want? What do you want?
Now that I'm done priming it all dry, I am using Rust-oleum chalked paint, and it's in color called Chiffon Cream. And you can see as I go over it how beautiful of a finish it creates, and in contrast with that wood look that I created with 2 tones of a different stain. It just looks gorgeous, and I'm so excited that I feel like once you start, after priming, after putting in all the work, and when you start painting it and seeing the idea what the piece is going to turn out like, I think anybody could get excited, right? And so at this point I was getting pretty happy that it was getting closer and closer to the finish line.
Did you ever stop and think, why spend too much time just getting ready? Let me be honest, I don't know a single thing that I haven't done to make you notice me. Let me be real here. When I see you, my heart starts racing, but I don't know if I like this chasing and playing and waiting around. It's a shame that.
And of course, then now that we're done with priming and painting the frames of the dresser, we do the same thing on the drawers, and we go ahead and prime it 2 times and then paint it as well. And I did do 2 coats of primer and 2 coats of paint on all the pieces.
You don't have to. There's so much that I'm still keeping to myself, 'cause you don't listen, babe, but still you got me missing you.
I don't know why, but for some reason I had such enjoyment painting this piece of mirror. I usually don't like to keep the mirrors that the dressers come with, because they're kind of outdated. Now we hang the mirror over the dresser and pick some sort of a unique piece to hang to make it an accent piece. However, this mirror was just such a handiwork, such an incredible craftsmanship that I just couldn't get rid of it. I had to refinish it, and I had to place it. I debated whether or not I wanted to sand it and create a look of the same as the tops of the dressers, but I thought creating the white or the milky chiffon look, or cream chiffon look, accent to the wood would look better. And I totally was right. It turned out so great. I'm so happy with the final look of it and the decision that I've made.
We've been on and off again and again. I don't know which way we're going, no control. You push me, then you pull me back in. Don't know if I can decipher how your mind works. Yeah, you leave me wondering.
So if you guys are like me, busy mom, dad, or caregiver that is doing a side hustle and don't get enough time, and when you do, you try to take the best advantage of it as you can, do think of things that can be done. Let's say your paint is drying, and meanwhile it's drying, what can I do and you know, what else can be done, so that way while I do have this time I can get the most out of it. And I you know, while I was waiting for my drawers to dry, I went ahead and sealed, you know, my tops of my dressers, because, you know, they were ready for sealing, and that's something I could do while I still had time. And now this, of course, was already about 12 hours later, after everything was nice and dry. I placed the mirror over just for precaution, because I do have cats, dogs, children, just, you know, anything can happen and things can get knocked down, and I did not want this piece to be broken. I absolutely loved it. It was a gorgeous piece and I wanted to keep it safe and sound. But the point of it is that always in your projects look okay, you come with a standstill, you can't do anything until something else dries. See what else can be done, whether it's touch up, sanding, or sealing something else. And because there's in projects like this, there's always something that can be done, or cleaning, for instance. Now I am going ahead and distressing, and as I'm distressing, I'm right away vacuuming off all the debris and dust, so that way it doesn't create a lot of mess. I do live in this house and I want to keep it pretty clean and dust free. But yeah, I'm going ahead with 150 grit sandpaper, lightly distressing it to give it that rustic look, and I'm getting ready to be sealed.
You pull me back in. So give me a sign. Give me a sign. Oh, baby, just give me a sign. Baby, give me a sign. Just give me one more talking to you, and here we go again. Staying up all night to see if you've been texting me. Where do we go from here? I wanna go all in.
So oftentimes my least favorite part of doing the projects is sanding and distressing, just because it creates so much mess and, you know, nobody likes it. But when I was distressing this mirror, I had such a joy. Look at all those ridges or all that detail. It was just so much fun distressing this piece. I don't know, it just had that unique beauty to it. Now I'm using Jolie Wax to seal the pieces, and I must say I have tried so many waxes, and this is one of the first waxes that I've tried that does not leave any yellow residue after it dries, and it creates such a strong finish to all the pieces. And another thing I love about this piece, that I got to seal this bedroom set, previous bedroom set, with just that one little can. It goes a long way. Yes, it's not the cheapest product out there, but if you compare it to other products and how much of it you actually have to use to get the finish and whatnot, this is definitely worth it. I mean, it's close to 20 bucks I think for the pizza set, and I mean, I finished the whole bedroom set and then some with it, so it's definitely worth it. So it does not leave all that yellow and ugly residue once it dries. And now it's time to do the hardware, and I had my husband come in and help me. Sometimes I like to, you know, have his input and have his help and spend a little time with him.
Close, I always seem to lose control. Yeah, I lose control. I guess I never should've let you in so close to my body. I should've known just because you spent.
Hey hon, are you enjoying your job?
Always.
Huh?
Always.
Do you love when you come home from work after a long day of working and your wife just tells you to put her hardware on? How about hanging?
Use my brain.
Oh, how about hanging the pictures your wife asked you to? I do need you to hang new pictures. Oh, Dan, can you shake it for us? Can you shake it for us? Shake it, shake it, shake it. Shake it. Oh, have you been drinking today, sir? Shake it, baby. Yeah, you're so cute.
I should've known not to let my guard down so damn fast.
As you guys can recall, this is what the piece looked like before I had done any work to it. I had some dings, it had some deep scratches, and it definitely looked pretty sad and it needed some love. And here's what it looks like now. It just amazes me every single time what paint and sanding can do. Don't get me wrong, it takes a long time and it's a labor-intensive work, but the payout is just so great. And when you do sell and flip furniture, don't forget to stage it, because staging gives a perspective to a buyer of what it could look like in their home. And also, it gives them an idea of how they would decorate it, and it makes a process a little bit more fun. For instance, they won't be using the same pieces to decorate, but they may find pieces alike that would help them imagine that, and not just imagine, but to have it in their space as they imagine, as they saw in the pictures. Or maybe they have a very good eye and they can create something even better. But staging, like I said, not everybody has initial imagination of what the furniture would look like in their space. So staging it definitely gives that imagination to a potential buyer.
This love won't be what it has been, but baby, our love was good before we lost the little loving that we had in the beginning.
Hi guys, how's it going? Unfortunately, as I was rushing to get this set done, time is not always in my favor. I have 3 little ones. I did not videotape how I fixed this piece of nightstand. As you remember, I kind of showed you how it looked before because I destroyed it before I did the video. I just wanted to see how it would look without the ugly border attachment on it. And I couldn't just remove the attachment and leave the nice finish like the dressers have. So I had to get creative to make a top that would match the whole set. I was at a Home Depot and I thought maybe I'll buy a butcher block, but those are super expensive, and you always, when refinishing furniture, you try to keep your costs low as possible anyway, while delivering, top-notch product. So I came across the stair threads and I thought, well, the thickness is there, but the width wasn't. So my husband and I got creative to create one piece. We have bought 2 stair threads and they're about 12 inches long. And to create the rest of the width, my husband went ahead and cut it. So you see how it becomes almost seamless. I know you cannot see the whole thing, but I'm just kind of explaining to you. And here we glued it and clamped it together and filled the tiny slight gap, and then after filling it, we sanded it up, obviously glued everything, nailed everything, sanded, and then stained it just like I showed you how I did this other 2 pieces. So all in all, this cost me only $20, the whole repair. Yes, it was a cost kind of high for one nightstand. However, when you look at overall cost of this thing, these 3 pieces, I got them for free. A person, I reached out on Facebook Market, they were selling, not selling, I'm sorry, they was giving it away. When I went to pick it up, they were a wonderful, sweet couple. They understood my business. I explained to them that, look, I refinished my furniture. One day I'm hoping that my husband could stay home and not have to work, because he's military retired, medically retired, and working for him is hard. So my goal is to one day have him stay home, watch the kiddos while I can carry on and do a business over finishing furniture. Anyway, so I got this piece for free. A lot of money went into hardware. I spent almost $100 in the hardware, just because I didn't want to redo the holes on pieces like this. So I want to find something that would match exactly while replacing the old hardware. So like I said, I think it was $89 for the hardware and $20 for this. All in all, with the paint and everything, I came in at $160 for refinishing this piece of furniture. So my $160, I sold it in 12 hours, which is such a blessing, I must say, to a wonderful couple. They came in, they looked at it, they admired the piece, and they wanted it right away. They made the deposit on it. They will be picking it up within a few days, and I sold it for $1,099 minus the expenses. I still stand to make roughly a profit of $940, I believe, if my math is correct. If not, I will put it on the screen. But you get the gist. Anybody can do this. This is not an easy work. Yes, it's a labor intensive. The sanding, I don't have the greatest sander at the moment. I'm saving for something better. But you know, yes, it takes time, it takes dedication, and I'm doing this with 3 little children. I know the circumstances for everybody are different, but knowing that my children are watching me do this hard work so I can hopefully provide one day for my family. And because children do watch what you do. You know, we all think, oh, you know, I just don't even know how to explain. Children grow up seeing their parents do the work, and I think it puts it into perspective into their brain that this is what it takes to make it, you know, this is what it takes to do something. So for me, a long goal for them to see the hard labor and being able to provide for the family, and being able to tell my husband one day, hey, you can quit your job, I got it. You don't have to struggle, you don't have to hurt your back anymore, is what this is about for me. Like I said, the background to our story is huge and long, but a long goal for this is to, but like I said, I explained this to the couple when I picked up the set of furniture. I told them this is what I'm trying to do. Are you okay with me taking it for free and potentially flipping it? And they understood. They said, we just want this out of our house. Take it, do what you please with it. And I think for you guys who are flipping the furniture, and especially if you get a free piece, it is detrimental. I think it's just very important that you disclose this, because some people, when they give away the furniture, they would rather give it to somebody who actually is going to need it and use it for their own family. But then there's others who understand this type of a concept, and they give it to somebody who creates a business with it. And I like to think that I don't just refinish the furniture to sell, I also repurpose this. I mean, this could have been somewhere in the trash, but this is such a beautiful piece of wood, and I think repurposing this type of things is just worth it. Anyway guys, thanks for watching, thanks for letting me blabber up. I'm done with my blabber session, and I'll see you on the next video. Have a good one. Bye.